Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final week of the NFL regular season. On Sunday night, we will have our official playoff bracket. Let's focus on the final wild card spot in the AFC. Three teams are still fighting for that 7 seed, one of which is the Cincinnati Bengals. And Cincy probably has the hardest final game of the three as they head to Pittsburgh to play a Steelers team still alive for the AFC North title. Of course, this game is on Saturday night, right after the Ravens will have probably already beaten the Browns, crowning Baltimore division champs. But Pittsburgh can still help its seeding with a win. Either way, the Bengals, they are fighting for their season. And Broncos fans, you saw Joe Burrow in this offense last week. It is playing lights out. Joe Burrow is having a historically great season. I'm going to ride with the Bengals to go over 500 for the first time this season. Bengals 27, Steelers 23. But then, of course, Cincinnati will need help. Some of that help will have to come from the New York Jets. The Dolphins, after a 2-6 start, find themselves still in the mix for the final wild card spot here in Week 18. And now for the second straight week, starting quarterback Tua Tagovailoa is expected to be out with a hip injury, thus thrusting Tyler Huntley into the starting role for the Dolphins. Huntley did a pretty good job in a win over Cleveland last week. Now he faces off against Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets in what could very well be Rodgers' final NFL game. In the end, you've got a team fighting for the playoffs, taking on a team fighting for pride. And so I'll ride with the Dolphins and Tyler Huntley to win a close, low-scoring game in New Jersey. And so this Dolphins win eliminates the Bengals, and it puts all the pressure on the Denver Broncos. Of course, the Dolphins and Broncos play at the same time, but if you're Denver, you're not worried about the Bengals or Dolphins. You are worried about Carson Wentz and the Kansas City Chiefs, because for the third straight week, it is win and in for the Denver Broncos. The last 2 weeks on the road against great teams. This week, there is no excuse. Playing at home, playing a team you came a blocked field goal away from beating, and now that team has exactly nothing to play for with that 1 seed locked up. I don't even think this game is close. Denver, they play like their season is on the line, because it is. Give me the Broncos to dominate the Chiefs backups and punch their ticket to the playoffs for the first time since 2015, 31-13. And finally, on Sunday night, the final game of the NFL regular season is the most important game of the NFL season. The winner of this game wins the NFC North and clinches the NFC's #1 overall seed. The loser drops all the way to the 5 seed. And just how good have these teams been this season? Incredible what Kevin O'Connell is doing with Sam Darnold in Minnesota, revitalizing the former #3 overall pick's career. And of course, the Lions offense, it remains completely unstoppable with their plethora of weapons. This game is going to come down to the final possession, and both of these teams have excelled at winning close games. Man, this game is so tough to predict. I'm going to take the Vikings to cover those 3 points, but I will take the Lions to win an absolute classic 31-30. So there it is, folks. To make your picks for all the games, head to westernslopenow.com/contests. And next week, we'll be back for the playoffs. But that's all my time for sports. I'm Big Will Levinson.